Hello, everybody. My name is Adam, and I'm on a mission to be the most prolific reviewer of all time. And to do that, I review books, movies, and TV shows, and other things, but mostly those three categories. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a film from Studio Ghibli called Princess Mononoke. I think I pronounced that right. Mononoke. And basically it's about a prince who fights a demon, and because he's fighting this demon, he gets infected with this kind of like, I don't know, kind of like a spiritual infection, and he he's going to die, so he's going to ask the god of the forest if he can be cured. And while he's doing this, he runs across a group of people called, I don't think they have a name, but they've been gathered by a woman, and they create something called Iron Town, and they're slowly destroying the forest. And this woman is like very happy that she's killing gods so that she can get the iron out of the the land, and she wants to rule the world, and she has muskets and things like that. And so Princess Mononoke is the daughter of the wolf god, and so the story involves um, the kind of the protagonist. And what is his name? His name is uh, 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 what is his name? His name is Ashitaka. So the protagonist Ashitaka is um, trying to bridge the gap between the humans and the spirits that live in the forest. And I think that this film is pretty interesting from a Japanese perspective because it's set in about the year 1300, and Japanese kind of have this myth that, like, there is only Japanese people living in Japan, but obviously that's not true. There's like the Ainu living in the north, and Ashtaka is one of them. He comes from a different tribe, and when he arrives in different places, people don't understand what he's saying, and they say that he's a stranger because of that reason. So, from a Japanese perspective, it's kind of interesting, and it has a very pro environment message. At one point, they're trying to kill the god of the forest, and they manage to cut off his head, and it just causes this kind of goo to kind of flow over the forest and kill everything in sight. Um, so I thought that it was a very sort of engaging film when I watched it. I thought that it was very interesting, but ultimately, I don't think that it was good because the animation is good, and that's what keeps you watching, because it's a Studio Ghibli film. And but I think that the environmental themes were kind of, I don't want to say they hit you over the head, because that kind of makes it sound like I disagree with the point. I don't disagree with the point. I just think that it wasn't really done in a nice way. Like, it wasn't done in an effective way, maybe, because I think that the people who would be living in that town would realize that their livelihood is dependent on the mountain, and they also wouldn't want the mountain to die. But they're trying to kill the mountain, right? So it doesn't make a lot of sense. And the the idea that the animals are warring against the people, it's a pretty interesting idea. But I think it's supposed to be set in around the year 1300, right? So obviously animals weren't waging war with people at that time. It was more like the opposite. So I think that it, like in a lot of Miyazaki's films, the the sort of Japanese spirituality comes like really, really to the forefront, but it's kind of like it's sort of out of time. Like they have gunpowder, but they are dealing with like spirits of the woods, and like the boar god seeks vengeance, and there's different boar gods, you know. I don't know, because now that I'm talking about it, it does seem pretty cool. So it's cool. I don't know what was lacking in it to make me want to watch more of it. So I think it's one of those movies that's not bad, but there definitely are better Miyazaki films and Studio Ghibli films and Japanese animated films. And it's crazy because it's from 1997 and it looks very, very modern, you know. So maybe it does hold up. What do you think? Put your opinions in the comment section where they belong. If you'd like to join the Patreon, I'll put a link in the to the Patreon below. And also, if you want to subscribe to my channel, that would be great. My goal is to have 100 subscribers by the end of Christmas. I'm at 98, so I'm really, really close. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.